Let's recap the 3 o'clock window games from college football today, and South Florida got a massive upset win over Florida. They beat Boise State last week, and now they beat Florida on the road. They beat an SEC team that was pretty good at the line of scrimmage, but South Florida held their own. I picked South Florida to win double-digit games last season, but I was definitely a year early on them. This season, they're looking very good with that defense and Byron Brown healthy at quarterback. The dude reminds me of prime Cam Newton, just in the group of five and not quite on his level. They were clutch enough and they were able to get stops when it mattered the most. They won with a walk-off field goal. They outgained Florida in yards with 391 yards to Florida's 355. And South Florida might just be a legit football team. They go on the road to play Miami next week. Watch out. Kansas is a team that really disappointed me this week. They're a team I was eyeing. I'm pretty high on them, but maybe not anymore. Look, I still think they're going to do great things in the Big 12. They got great offensive talent, and Jalen Daniels is a good quarterback, but their offensive and defensive line was not ready for this matchup. And more importantly, that young secondary wasn't ready. They gave up a ton of passing yards to Bo Prabula. And that Missouri offense continues to impress. Bo Prabula had 334 passing yards, 30 for 39, really good. And Missouri went for nearly 600 yards after the first quarter. They dominated that game. It was 42 to 31. I wasn't going to talk about this game at all, but can we give a shout out to Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks for beating a Power 4 team by 66 points? I know it's Oklahoma State, but Mike Gundy is one of the better head coaches in college football. This team is just very bad though right now. But Oregon's not a team people are talking about a lot. They haven't really played anybody. They have a lot of new pieces, but they are super fast and talented. I still need to see more from them. I think that test against Penn State will show how truly good they are. I gotta see how that defense does. But I do personally believe Oregon has a better and more talented offense this season. Clemson has a lot of glaring issues, and they certainly showed in this game, especially in the first half. They were able to get the run game going a bit. They had 21 carries for 112 yards with Adam Randall. But there was a point in this game where Troy was up 16 to 3. Clemson has to go on the road to Georgia Tech, and I do not love their chances in that game. Georgia Tech is a team that can ground the rock and play good run defense, and that is not a great advantage for Clemson, knowing how they've been playing. Clemson did not run the ball well in week one, and their run defense didn't really have to do much because LSU didn't run the ball that much. Good thing they were able to force 3 turnovers, but they themselves had 2 turnovers, and they only outgained them by 15 yards. It was a tough battle. And the last game from the 3:30 window that I want to give a shout out to is Ole Miss beating Kentucky. They avoid the trap game even though Austin Simmons did not play his best game, 2 interceptions, but they managed to have a good second half and more importantly have 455 total yards of offense. The defense might take a step back, but they got a lot of talent on offense. We'll see what Ole Miss can do this season.